Number 14. A county realty group estimates that the number of housing starts per year over the next 3 years will be given by the function h of r equals 400 divided by 1 plus 0.08 r squared, where r is the mortgage rate in percent. Where is h of r increasing and where is h of r decreasing? First thing they ask us to do is find h prime of r, and we can use the quotient rule, or we could move the denominator to the numerator and give it a negative exponent and use the power rule. But I'm just going to go ahead and use the quotient rule since I've got a division. I'm going to say my numerator is 400, and yes, my numerator's derivative is 0. My denominator is 1 plus 0.08 r squared, and the derivative of my denominator is 0.16 r. So my derivative is the denominator, 1 plus 0.08 r squared, times the derivative of the numerator, 0, minus the numerator, times the derivative of the denominator, 0.16 r. All of that has to go over the original denominator raised to the second power. So simplifying, all of this is going to be a 0 because it's times 0. So I've got a negative 400 times 0.16. That's a negative 64r over 1 plus 0.08 r squared. Okay, so we should talk about the domain here and what we want to do on our number line. And the first thing I'll notice is I do have a denominator, but this denominator will never be 0. And this original function, that can never be 0, because in order for that to be 0, 0.08 r squared would have to be a negative 1. And there's no way when you square that r, it's always going to be positive. So the denominator is never 0. Now, we're talking about an interest rate in a percent, and that's going to be a positive number only. So our number line is going to start at 0 and go to the right. There are going to be no negative interest rates. Okay, that doesn't make sense. It's mathematically it's in the domain, but negatives are not in the domain of interest rates. Interest rates have to be positive. So all I have to do is find my critical number. So negative 64r equals 0 if r is 0. And so there it is on my number line. Now nothing over here makes sense, so I'm going to skip over that. And I'm going to pick something to the right of my critical number, so 1. And if I put that in my h prime of r, I get negative 64 times 1 over 1 plus 0.08, 1 squared, and all of that squared. So this is a negative number. This is going to be a positive, so this is going to be a negative always. Okay. So this function is never increasing, and it's decreasing from 0 to infinity. And the derivative was negative 64r over 1 plus 0.08 r squared.